Hello, hello. Well, sorry for the whiteout, but hopefully I can just place a lot of things here so it won't flash out the camera so much. I received some happy mail from Denver, not Denver, from Devon, and it was a giveaway that I won on one of her fun live streams, and she sent it in an envelope. I'm not showing the envelope because it's got the address on and everything, but it was wrapped in this. And look, is it called the Dragon Eye stencil? Isn't it awesome? She worked with stamps that Safia had made out of the Dragon Eye on her last stream. So now you can get the foamy stamps and also the stencil, and I think they would pair up so beautifully. I love this. I love this. I can really see, the inspiration about things you can cut out, you can place it, but it also looks super cool just in itself. Really like it. Hi, Sharon. Welcome to my desk. Inside the giveaway that I won was some art prints designed by, yep, Art House Whimsy and designed by Melon. And it's an Etsy seller, and it was sent to her, gifted, I think, from Joanne Newman. And she was so kind to include it, pass it on. And it's printed out on this very lush paper. It's just so ready to just be pasted in on the front of a journal or something. I look at this, could we call it like digi art? I think we can. And somehow I think, why even bother learning to paint when you can sit and write a prompt and then get out these fun images? Oh, I'm so tempted to try and download some sort of software that I can sit and play with, because they're just so detailed. I mean, look at this. I like this grungy wall the back here, and then just the grunginess of it, and then also the black and white striped person. So it's just so cute. I think this is a swatch of some paint. I'm tempted to say, of course, it's watercolor, but there's something really shiny right here. So that's nice. And then a kitty cat, meow, is going to go straight into my planner. Art by Mylene Ephemera. Yeah, I love these bits and bobs. There was one of the digiprint that I'm missing because it just flew straight into my planner. It was just beautiful. And this is her dog Lucy that she yeah, it makes me laugh. First, Devon created the stamp of Lucy, and then she created clothes so she could dress up Lucy to different occasions. That is just funny. And I think that this couch or chair that Lucy is sitting on is one of Devon's either foamy stamp or stencil. I'm a little bit in doubt, but I do know that Devon, she made a series of stencils with furnitures. So this is so cute. This is so cute. But like I told you guys, I'm looking at these digi prints, and oh my god, imagine just software you can sit in your house and then you can print it out. You can create a lot of images, and then you don't have to print all of them out, only the ones that you like. So yeah, I pay about $30 to $35 for a collage soup book. I think I should be brave and then just try and push that money forward to an AI subscription, and play with it myself. I don't have no idea how it works, but yeah, I'm totally procrastinating. I had that thought a month ago, but I didn't do anything about it. I'm really slow when it comes to technology. Like, I'm the last who gets an iPhone and stuff like that. By the way, I still have my Android phone, and I think I switched. Was it like 2 years ago? Why? Because my first original iPhone was kind of giving up on me. Yeah, it didn't have a number. It was just iPhone. So I just couldn't upload any apps or anything any longer. So I was forced to get a new phone. And that's just me, like really procrastinating when it comes to technology and whatnot. But guys, I want to work with this image today. I am kind of smitten, taken by this texture. This, well, if we were jelly printing, we would call it the crusty bits. So there is a lot of crusty bits going on here. I really think that's likable. Likable. My hubby came home from, yeah, okay, I don't know where he went, but it was maybe some sort of a, not a flea market, but one of those thrift stores that are stationary where people can rent a shelf and then they can put their stuff for sale. So it's one of those, you could call it a flea market in a way. He went to one of those places, and for 5 Danish kroner, that's like less than $1. That's like what, 70 cents or something. He came home with this set here, and then he was like, "Oh, it's nothing. I paid like nothing for it. I don't even know what it is." But when I saw the price tag, I just couldn't turn my back to it. So he came home with this pastel set that's water soluble, and it is actually wonderful fun to play with. I'm the one who snapped it because you need to, or I like to snap it into smaller pieces so I can play with it, slanting it on the side instead of just drawing from the tip of it. But all of them were like super pristine new. And the fun thing that I experienced was that when they get wet and they dry up, they sort of become permanent. So no need to spray them with fixative or whatnot. And it's a German brand, and they say that it's like just for kids. So yeah, they're the name Van Bleichwich. It's not a German brand. It's from Holland. It's from Holland. I just got confused because this text down here looked like German. But I'm trying to see what it would be called in English besides soft pastel, because it's like a chalk pastel. I would describe it like that. But I'm thinking today, yeah, that's so sweet of him. I love when he finds something that, is always unpredictable. It's very rare that people actually are putting up their used art supplies for thrifting. It's usually like pen case holders, but not with the content. And I think people would be surprised how many of us wouldn't mind to buy. I mean, let's just say that I got sick and tired of these crayons here. There are actually people like me who wouldn't mind buying a bundle of these crayons, even though they are so used. So it's strange how when you go thrifting that some things people are not shy to sell at all, like old pillows that smells and are totally like squished, stuff that I would think was unthriftable is put up for sale. But things like have used markers where you can kind of see through the barrel that, oh, there's still a lot of product in this. I never see that on sale. Yeah, I'm digressing because what I want to say is that I want to try and work with this image here. I don't want to copy it like one to one, because I just want to have fun. So I took out my I got this new bottle of what is it called? Structure paste. I think it has a different English name besides it's like gritty. Yeah, maybe it is called structure paste. I just really got thrown away about it. Sounds weird in my mouth. I will find the word, but it's just like a gritty 3D paste that my plan is to sort of get that grungy edge by using this paste. And I want to keep it honest that I am mostly interested in making the background than I am making the guy itself. But I will do my attempt to try and draw this guy, so it won't be just like a background stream. But Oh Lord, I wish that I had my brain cells convince me to open this before I started this stream. Maybe I should just jag in some sort of scissor or something in here. Let's see. Definitely thinking about something. Yes. Yeah, this guy here. I think that maybe that's why I'm a little bit hesitant painting this guy, because I usually do like fun art that makes me happy. So making a sad face like that is not like super appealing to me. But hey, we can try and make him look more cheerful, because oops, that would be fun. Look at me, I'm not gonna waste any products. I'm just gonna try and scrape off what's in this lid here. Oh, it's not so bad. Sometimes when you buy products and they got like really tumbled around in shipment, there is a bunch stuck to the lid. But this is not so bad. Yeah, texture paste. Now my noodles is working. I think I would call this texture paste if I was making a search on Amazon instead of structure paste. But I also got some clear gesso next to me, and some I got this clear gesso, and then I got a bag of just white acrylic. So I'm thinking if I could switch between the structure, and if it comes too dense, I can maybe soften it up with some clear gesso. And then if I want some colors, I took it's called Abstract from Sennelier, but it's the most heavy body acrylic that I got. My other acrylic that I got is more liquid, so it's just plain acrylic color here. And I also grabbed my acrylics because I have this sand color, and this is like an ivory white. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm hoping to with my spatula to see, can I use these chalks together with this structure paste, and then let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna keep this reference image maybe right here. Okay, let's just jump into it. You know, I want to slice out powder of this chalk to mix in my structure paste, but I kind of know that people get super anxious if I take out a craft knife. Where is this lid? Oh, it's that lid. Okay, I was just digressing, distracted by, there's nothing worse than watching an open lid on your desk and your brain kind of forgot what was that for. I'm sorry, but I think people find it unpleasant to see me sit and use a craft knife. So I'm going to experiment with this metal plate here. It's a metal stencil, and the plan is I'm just going to try and see if it works. Yeah, it's going to work for me. Look, then I'm not using a sharp object, because I do want to respect that people sometimes find it not nice to look at when I use a craft knife. Oh, this is likable. You know what? This is fun. This is like very playful. Oh, guys, look. Okay, you can barely see what's going on. Maybe I should pick some stronger colors, because you can see that my camera is not really picking up this color here. So what if I picked up maybe this brown here? I think I can mix this brown with that ochreish stick. So as long as I don't kind of puff or breathe too heavily, I can try and make the powder just hit my paper and not get into my lungs and everything. Okay, it is so cool. It is super mixing in with the structure paste. Yeah, look, I'm getting those crusty bits layers. Okay, I want to squeeze out. Or maybe I should try and just mix it with the clear gesso and see. Can you kind of spread out that color? I'm just gonna take this yellow here. Yeah, there's like no really brilliant idea to what I'm doing today. Ooh, okay. If you take like the watery clear gesso, you get more out of the paste, the pastel powder. It's like you can almost like see that it's mixing in with the clear watery, so you can almost like paint with your spatula like this. Yeah, I like that. I like that. You know what? I should just mess up this whole page here in my colors. I can see that they are using like more like earthy tones, but I want to be playful with some green tones and maybe a little bit more fierce tones, so you guys on the stream can see some colors, because now it just looks white, right? Oh, let's see. Hi, Kathy. Oh, looking white eating dinner. Yeah. Hi, Dar. Well, I received Happy Mail from Devon, and one of the items was this digi print, and I got so inspired by that grungy background. And I'm just gonna keep it real that I'm more interested in making the background than I am in making the figure itself. so, so you're in for a stream where I'm probably using a lot of time on that background instead of start painting the guy. But I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with these soft pastels because I realized that they become permanent once they have been mixed with a liquid. And right now I'm kind of convinced that the liquid can also be clear gesso and also naturally structure paste and of course acrylic. The only thing that I am cautious about is that I don't want to breathe in the pastels. I cannot see any product description on the box of the pastel, so I actually don't know if they are using cadmiums. I wouldn't think that they would. Why would such an inexpensive set be using like a expensive pigments? I don't know. But just in general, I feel that it's not smart to inhale all those dusty particles. So I should speak about you could wear a mask when you're sitting and doing this that I'm doing here. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm laughing because we have construction work outside my house, and it's been going on and on and on for like 9 months. They are trying to dig in electric heat on my whole street, right? And they keep bumping into problems, and it has to be redone, and they have to redig, and it's just been yeah, it's been so bad that the company actually gave us a basket full of goodies because they want to say we are sorry that this is taking up so much time. Okay, I want to try and squeeze out some of this super hard acrylic. So what happened was that my hubby, he gifted me some what is it called? It looked like headphones, but they are blocking out the sound, and you see construction workers are using them. And then there is a built-in radio in it. So when I do my job, and they're using those hard machines, I can put on those headphones and then not lose my mind. And then the fun thing is that the Norwegian translation of them is ear bells, and it does look like you're wearing bells on your ears. But I just think that Norwegian is such a cute language. The way that they have translated some of the things are just so sweet. So yeah. I don't know why the wearing a mask made me go directly to that memory of those. Oh my God, look at this. I mean, when I said heavy body, did you expect heavy body like this? Look at that. Look at this. I think I can say that I just squeezed out a sausage of white. Maybe it's time to use up what's in this bag, right? Isn't it like a sign that, hey, oh my God, it's so soft when you dig in it. Okay, maybe it is like just the formula from Sennelier. Yeah, I think so because you know it's super soft. If I just saw that on a palette, I wouldn't think that it was looking like a sausage pulling that out. Oh my God, it feels so good to just sit with the spatula and going through these layers here. I wonder if the camera is picking it up. Probably not. Okay, I should go like darker colors for you guys. How about that? If I go like more dark colors, how about the black stick? Oh, this dark brown here maybe. And once again, I'm sitting with this metal template because some people don't like craft knives on streams, and I want to respect that. I've never really gone ape shit with a craft knife. I have never cut myself with a craft knife, but I totally respect that. There's like no need to make people be anxious because if I really get excited, I may grab that craft knife in a funky way. So there's no need to make people get like anxious. Okay, in the center here, I'm looking at this. This is my reference picture. I think I want more greenish wall, so it will be funnier for you guys to watch the stream. I think pastels, sticks in general, can be used in so many ways. So not only just drawing with them as they are. Here now I want to mix up. Like I want to mix up that green with some gray, and then maybe go into maybe some sort of bluish tone. Should we go lavender? Okay, a little bit bluish tone. And then that yellow there, was it this stick here? Could have a little bit of that showing up here also. Now that's a lot. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try with just a wet brush. Just go on top of all these grains here. Because we're just playing here, right, guys? Oh my God. I noticed that Mary Atelier had a 12-hour live stream. 12-hour live stream. I missed it. I was doing other things. But oh my God, that's the longest live stream that I've ever seen without it having a special purpose. It was not like we got to do a streamathon who can be on the longest. It wasn't a contest at all. It just happened. And I know Mary, she often have like very long streams, like 6 hours, 5 hours on Friday nights. But 12 hours? There was a it made me think about, forget about all those young astronauts. If they want to send a spaceship to Mars, they should go get Mary because she wouldn't be bored on such a long travel. They should seek out crafters like Mary that can just sit and entertain themselves for 12 hours at a desk. Um, it was just like astonishing that she sat there, and I want to know how many potty breaks did she allow herself. So suddenly I am super interested in knowing about who was there at her live stream. I mean, it was just 12 hours. I don't even think that I could sit 12 hours like that at my desk. So she kind of deserves some sort of award or like an endurance achievement from the Vips. Like that is like the longest, live stream that I've ever witnessed from one person without having a buddy that could take over when you're going to the potty house or something. Like no like I can understand if you're like two people wanting to try and beat a record of streaming, then you could, because you're two people, one could leave or something and go get something to drink or to the bathroom or whatnot. But sitting all alone live streaming for so long, that is some sort of a quest. I mean, that is a record. I hope the camera picks up. It probably doesn't. This is super heavy, this page right here. I think it's a structure page that makes it so heavy. I kind of like that I added in water and here. Yeah, like I said, I think the background here is very interesting instead of the painting. I want to try and lift up my sketchbook so you can see this texture up close. Let me see if that's possible. Oh, look how nice. Isn't that nice? Don't you just love that the crusty bits look alike layering? And that texture paste makes it look super gritty. So the plan is to get that same feeling from this page here. So let's see about this composition. Here they have like a bundle of things. Oh, they actually have like a... Okay, we can do that later, put in that shading. But the composition of this is that they have a bundle of things on the right side, and then on the left side, they are having like a stripe. So I think I will try and emulate that so it doesn't become the same as this page here. So there is some sort of diversity. Oh my God, not the cat, not now. Miss. Du kan ikke være her. Nej. Just a moment. Miss, du bliver nødt til at have med. Ja, det er godt. Ja, det er godt. Du får det på din pels. She doesn't know that sometimes I'm doing things that could really mess up her fur. So she jumps up. Not today. Okay, so over here, I think I should quickly just, with water, get some sort of tone down. What do I like? Oh, I like that blue. This one here. Mary would probably go to space too. Yes. Just, I mean, they got a lot of young astronauts, right? But I think the issue with young people who are very like active, they might very quickly get super bored. So maybe that's also why they bring with them some sort of experiments that they have to do. Like there's always these things that they need to grow or take care of. But basically, I think just as much as it is study, it is also to activate people, because people will go nuts. Having like not so much activity. So they kind of need crafters like us who can sit at a desk, bump down, stay at that desk, monetize something while just keeping busy doing your own things. Only bad thing is that they need to have some sort of gravity built in because, oh Lord, could you imagine no gravity in Mary's craft room? All the bits and bobs flying around. That would not be so nice. So you kind of need a built-in gravitation. Okay, I like that the page is wet. Okay, maybe the smart thing is, imagine that you missed your page and then you okay, we're gonna try that. It's to eliminate the powder to get into your lungs. We missed the page so that the wet is grabbing the powder, so we kind of don't get it into our lungs. How about that? Yeah, I think it actually is working. Okay, somebody stop me. I was not supposed to make a totally copy of this page over on this page here. Maybe I should go in with the structure paste. Oh, it's very, it's very fulfilling. God, it's very likable to be this wild and not even care about the sketch that's coming on top of this. Usually when I work on a background, I'm very focused on what I'm gonna paint on top of it because the background must not come in the way of that, you know, the sketch. But here I'm just letting it go and just do what I want. And then just hoping that, you know, that I somehow, by the end of this stream, can pull it together to some sort of a drawing. Okay, I think it's nice that it's kind of white here because now I'm gonna go in and make that yellow stripe in the border, just like on the reference picture. So I think I'm gonna take, what does it have? Like maybe I should take a little bit of green also. I got two sorts of greens I can see, but this and that stick. Okay, I'm gonna start with that. So lots of yellow, just like the reference picture. Oh my God, look at me already forgetting about the rule to make the powder stay on the page and not flying around across your art room. Wet the area first. I'm trying to learn here. So with that wet area, maybe the powder won't be so airborne. This is a nice green. That might be a little bit too much. It's okay. Yeah, there's something really likable about this texture paste here. Maybe it's because it's such a long time that I've been using a gritty paste. I really like the mess of it. You can very easily get the illusion of a concrete wall with just the spatula and just pulling it down. Man, that's nice. But still, I need more. I feel I need more yellow over here. The paste got a little bit of an open window. Like it doesn't firm up immediately. So when you color it like I am with powder from a stick, you got a small open window. I like that. Now I'm in doubt whether all the powder is locked in, so I'm just gonna come in with a dip of the clear gesso and just coat it lightly on. It's just me wanting to have all the powder locked in, because we learned from Magicals that we don't want to get surprised weeks after when we're working on the back of this page, for instance, when we're making that wet and moist, and then suddenly pigments from this page here is living up, getting new life. So I'm hoping that the clear gesso will sort of lock it better in place. Oh, it's very likable. Okay, let me try and get this up to the camera. I'm gonna put lids on stuff now because I think I need to sit and sketch before I build on this page spread even further. Okay, let me see if I can lift it up to the camera. I think I'm getting all the pleasure of all the structure, and you guys are left with nothing. But I actually got a very gritty surface, making me think about concrete. And now, of course, it's a little bit wet, so it's casting back light, looking like it's slick and soft, but it's very gritty. Okay, let's go in and sketch. Sketch. Should we go pencil? You see it, Sharon? Oh, that's cool. Okay, how about this guy? He could sit around here, and then some of his I don't want to paint his face in the centerfold, so I'm thinking I would be happy if the face, which is really large and round, could be around here. So guys, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to work with this sketch. I'm just going to be a little bit quiet now. He's got a very skinny arm coming out. I'm going to worry about the fingers later on. Now I'm more thinking about the shapes. I'm just looking at some of the shapes. I want my guy to look a little bit cheerful, so he's not so sad. I would place a knee right there. And this is so weird skinny legs. Oh my god. Like even his legs are sad, wouldn't you say so? So I'm just thinking could have a little knee there. He's sitting on this box here. I actually think it's a concrete. Oh my god, maybe it's even a tomb, like a tombstone? I get like tombstone vibes from this stone right here. Well, I'm gonna make mine a box, a concrete box of some kind. I don't want to. I don't want him sitting on a freaking tombstone. And then he have these antennas. Uh, the eyes, it's almost like skeletons. I'm thinking. Okay, now he looks like he's on drugs. I know. God. I don't know what's worse, like very sad or completely on drugs. And then some eyebrows. Okay, it was like freehand sketched. I think I want to come in with the black pastel and then try and work. Oh, maybe I should give myself a more white background first. That would be smart. Okay, let me see if I can just white up the area with the pastel. Look at all the texture paste just crumbling off because it's not dry yet. I think I may need to give this just a second to dry up before I start working on it. Let's see. Uh, I came across the box photo when I was looking for something the other day. It still gives me the shivers. He's an happy alien. Yeah, he does have so much feeling. I think I want to hit this with a heat gun. I feel that if I'm coming on top of his body to make more white with a pastel, I am simply just rubbing off the gritty texture. So just a few minutes with a heat gun and see what happens. It's probably gonna buckle up a lot, but I'm gonna take the chance. Oh my God, Kathy, you're talking about the box. I know. Forever, that will be like the unsolved mystery for me. And I often think about I wanted to have been able to been there and having gone back and open it and see what was inside. It just hit me that I don't need to come on top of him with the white pastel. Why don't I just use acrylic? So I'm just gonna squeeze out some acrylic. Wow, these lids, they are like, I need pliers to open it each time. all of us got these unsolved things. You know what? I'm gonna use the page as my palette. Talk about being frugal. But it's so messy anyway, so I can just smear it out with the palette knife. I think we all in our life, especially the older we get more and more things that are unexplainable, unsolved. But yeah, I want to say something. I've have kept it for myself for a long time, but now when we're talking about this topic about my son's picture, I want to tell you this. On a class trip, he went to Auschwitz in Germany, and he was standing on this green lawn, and then there was this forest in the end of the lawn, and it was like maybe 2 or 3 football fields wide. And then he took a picture because the fog from the forest, when it met the lawn, was looking interesting. And at the end of that long uh, lawn or yard, or what we can call it, field, was some rubbles, and it used to be the furnaces where they were burning the bodies. And after taking that picture, he went up to the tour guide, who told them that all the ashes, the human remains, was spread out on on that lawn, which is creepy in itself, and which also led to our vivid imagination when he came home and he saw the picture he took. Guys, it looks like the fog in the end of the field close to the forest is like shapes of people, like hundreds of people in the fog, just standing there, and it freaked me out. But we were talking about that it's the story, the place that makes our imagination run wild. But I seriously, to this day, think that that's the most creepy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna swear. That's the most creepy shit he has ever taken a picture of. I mean, I could literally see shapes of people in that fog, and it just scares the bejesus out of me. And it was also so scary for himself. So, okay, I think my head. You know what? I gave my head and neck. As you can see on the reference picture, there's like no neck on this guy here. So I somehow need to pull down his head, and it's gonna mess with the shape. So let me just go over some of my sketch lines with my brush here to just play with it a little bit. Hi, Devon. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. I showed the giveaway that I won from you. I have received it. Thank you so much. There's so many wonderful things in this folded out, also beautiful, beautiful, your stencil, the dragon eye. And I talked about everything that's in this folder here from Lucy, and the way that you dressed her up in a costume. That is so funny. And those Gigi prints, I mean, I look at them and then I think, if I knew how to produce this AI art, I don't think that I ever would go back to drawing again because it must be so much fun to be creative, just writing in prompts and then see what you get. I mean, it's just yeah, it's very inspiring, very very inspiring. But I'm trying to work with oh, this, look at this brush here. It's like completely. I'm trying to work with one of your images because I kind of like that crusty bits. Um, yeah, just like the texture of it. So I'm trying to do my little poor rendition, and then I feel that he's so sad, and I'm not sure that I want a sad guy on in my sketchbook. So I'm trying to make him look a little bit happy. Now I'm having issues with my sketch lines. I think I unfortunately need to somehow erase all that's going on here. But maybe that's not a bad idea, bad thing, because then you guys can see how you can erase things and get a new start. Let's say you were me and you sketched out something and then you regret. I'm just going to show how I'm going to get it back to no sketch lines without erasing. I'm simply just going to take the acrylic. But thank you so much for the giveaway. You are so generous. I'm glad you enjoyed the Happy Meal. I sure did. Some of the images are missing from your Happy Mail because they went straight into my planner. So when I opened it, I immediately just took some of the images and then just glued them into my planner because it was just meant to be. But yeah, I'm trying here to erase some of my sketch lines I found was a little bit wrong, a little bit off. Maybe I should go for the sad guy after all. Since I am so lame at making a happy rendition of the guy. He looks like he's on drugs. He totally looks like he's on something. So I'm just gonna remove his mouth and see how does it sit with me if I work with the reference image as it is. So let's start all over. I think Jane Davenport called this Joy, Joy, Destroy. That's when you are starting all over by just blocking out what you just did. Could be fun to maintain that non-brush thing that I have going on this page here. So I'm trying to fill in the white acrylic with this spatula just to keep it less worked with the brush. But the ears or the antennas or what it is that he has, I think I need to draw them in. I cannot wing them with my spatula. So let me get back to the drawing board here. I was just about to say that I am happy you are making him happy. Should I make him happy? That's the question. He looks so sad. I could maybe make him like less sad. What makes him sad also is that one antenna, just like a dog's ear, is like slanted down. Okay, how about this? Okay, let me just start. Just sketch. Maybe I should talk about what I got here. It's a pencil extractor from Devon where I put in one of these knobs that I have. This was once upon a time a big stick, like do I have one? Oh, I am Miss Knobs. Miss Knobs. I don't have a full one here. Oh, I have a new one. I have a new one I can show you. Yeah, I really use things to until they're no longer there. Look, guys, ta da da da. This is the new one here. That stick there comes like this long, fancy graphite stick. It's a woodless graphite. So when it's down to this knob here, you can screw them into these pencil. Oh, they probably have a name. It doesn't even say on this on the thing what it is, but it's just you use them for coloring pencils, coloring pencils. But because it's woodless, there's still a ton of product in that little nub because everything is made out of product. There is no, yeah, it's woodless, you know. So why not try and get everything out of it? Okay, the rings or the line work matters in this sketch here. Can you see how that they are like different sizes, different thicknesses, and I can see when I look at it that I find that likable. I'm just gonna try and sort of do the same. And then it's also like in the line work, some are more potent, like more black than others. So, and that's what I'm talking about with AI art. It is so detailed. When you really study a digi print, it is so detailed in the way that it expresses strongness in values. They can get a lot of layers in. So it's different from when it's handmade by a person. You know, you get a little bit more detail. I feel it's just a feeling that I have. Um, so maybe that's why I feel. Oh, this is not dry yet. Maybe that's why I feel that wow, it could be fun to just sit and write prompts to an AI program instead of trying to paint it yourself. I shouldn't speak like this on an art channel where I supposed to should encourage people to make art. But that's honestly how I feel. I feel when I watch AI art that wow, I should try it. And then I probably would have a bag of fun, just sit and write in a ton of prompts. Ooh, it's not dry yet. Okay, I need to hit this acrylic with a heat gun because I feel that my pen is rubbing up the acrylic instead of painting on top of it. Pencil extender. Bingo. That's the name. That's good. Thank you, Miss Alike, and hi. And sometimes they add in extra toes and fingers. Yeah. Oh my god, that is like the fun thing. And sometimes it also looks scary. Let me just grab a random collage book. I think I have one up here. Oh, it's just a random book. Let me take out all the. I got some pages here that are just loose sheets. Oh. Okay, I just picked this, bloomed and bemused. In every single collage soup book, there are like odd pictures. Um, this kind of classify a little bit odd. And also this, what are they trying to make a face? Um, it just comes out scary. So what I'm looking for are these background faces because sometimes they actually look funky. So let's just go through this book. Like this here, that's super scary. I know it's a kid, but there is something strange about the face. I'm just flipping through while that acrylic is drying up. What I'm looking at is mostly the background because it seems like the ones who are printing these books have their focal or their intention on the focal front image, and then some of the back images like these look so freaking scary, like a mummy. Or and also, this is this supposed to be a face? What I see is just like one big eye, like a cyclop. And that's what's so amusing about these collage soup. Also here, what the fuck is this? Look at his face. It's just a background filler picture because this is supposed to be the focal point, right? So here we got like a three-armed baby. She's got her arms over cross, but then there is an extra arm poking out here. That is like typical AI. And also that kind of spooky face of like a melted baby face. It's just so okay. Now I'm just flipping. Let me see. It's like some of these images are they could have had like an extra editor going through the image check before they started press print. Like a classic one. Look look at this. What is this? It's not human, right? I'm hoping to see also that agony, that face in agony. Is it supposed to be and even more? What is this? And is this supposed to have been like two horses? Like it's got some animal characteristica, but then it's like I don't know. And also this that shows some legs. It started on composing some sort of a body, and then it just gave up. I wonder what AI is thinking. Oh my god, this is so. Look at this woman here. What's what's going on with her hand? Is she like Napoleon? And where are her hands? And she kind of looked doped. I mean, none of her eyes are looking at the same direction. They're looking in opposite directions. So she's like completely cross-eyed. And this lady here, she apparently got like no arms. They forgot to paint in her arms. So that's what I'm talking about. That's why I think it's so hilarious sometimes. But it's okay. I mean, I use it for inspiration and I use them for collage. But I can tell that if a human was over this, some things would be different. Like here, we got a very large body and then this tiny little head. There's something off about the dimension of this one here. So yeah. But I find that most of the issues that AI have, like this is also a classic one. You see that she's got both of her hands lying on top of each other. So what's going on here is that there is like one hand lying on top of the other hand, but then AI started an arm going out here. So we are in the three arm dilemma here. And the way AI choose to solve it is to just let that arm be some sort of a plate. I don't know. Looks like a cutting board to me. Like, yeah, would hate to have a fight with that woman. She's got like three arms, and the third one is in the shape of a heavy cutting board. She could really smack you up. But I think it's like I said, it's the images around the focal point that are messed up. Not so much the first that caught your eye. Oh my god, these pages here are epic. This is just epic AI. I know it's going to get better and better when years are coming, but we are in the birth of this AI, so we get all the fun. I bet you this woman here's got the start of some sort of a red beard. You probably can find a woman with beard. Oh yeah, here. This is a woman with a front beard. It's like a mix between a man and a woman, sideways. Like AI couldn't really decide, am I going for a man or a woman? But maybe it was deliberate after making this, generating this image here, where you obviously have a male dresser, like a man dressing up. Oh, this one too. I see the hint of a boob, and then the messed up hands, and then a, a bearded lady with very male characteristics. So these pages are so much fun. So this one here, she's turning her back. Like it's a portrait, but it looks like we get her from the back. And what is this thing here saying hi? In the middle of everything, they just put in this creature waving at you like hi hi. That is so funny. And also here, the top of the hand, it they reversed her arm. How can I explain it? You clearly see a hand with fingers here, and then this is the sleeve. It's kind of reversed. Here the arm is correct. It's coming out of her shoulder, but here they put the hand and attach that as the beginning of her arm. Oh my god, it's just filled with these things. Okay, maybe I should let it go. It just makes me laugh, because oh, this is creepy. Look at this lady here. She looks rather innocent, but what kind of hand is that? That's like the hand of a creature, like the Sasquatch, like this big furry, long fingered arm right there. That's freaking me out. I mean, if I had to sketch her, that would that would freak me out. So yeah, lots of crazy things, and you can often find it in these compilations of small images. And when you just glance over it, when you're flipping through the book, everything looks normal because, as they famously are saying, our brain puts in the missing link. You can draw a wonky person, but if you erase some of your sketch lines and continue your drawing, your brain will fill in the dots. But I think it's funny that they probably have um I don't know who is when you're printing a book, wouldn't you have an editor going through the pages before you press print? I don't know. Maybe they're doing it deliberately because it's so significant of the young, newly born AI that it's funny for even them. I don't know. It just feels like when you're buying images on Etsy, a human has been looking at the image, like really looking and approving the image, like, yes, to print for that one, but not on those collage soup books. I have to take Lucy for a walk. Oh, have a nice walk. Oh man, I got so much liquid on this page here. It's starting to buckle up. So like really evil buckle up. Okay, I think I want to hit it with a little bit of heat gun to slowly, because I have this curve, this dome. So I'm just gonna hit it with a heat gun and see if I can get the paper to relax a little bit. Mm. Hi on Bex, and happy congratulations with your new room. You really decorated and filled it up, sorted everything out nicely. What a huge job you have been undertaking. Scott and I have been on an adventure today. Oh, you have? Thrifting? I always like to see your thrift videos. You guys are picking up some really funny things sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna heat set this, so take the worst moisture out of this page spread here. It's still moist, but I kind of got the worst build up dome out of it. On the back here, I got acrylic paint pens, so I'm not afraid to damage that side. I think it will hold up the stress of all this water. Okay, I'm gonna work with the stripes on this guy here. Can you feel how I'm procrastinating his face? We'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe I should switch completely to this pastel stick here. It will give me that kind of a gritty line work. Okay, here the job is somewhat to illustrate with the stripes that his arm is bent. Maybe like that, I'm thinking. We also got a bent arm right here. So the stripes are kind of changing direction. I like that he's got this kind of a belly, like a little top belly. Okay, let's see if Aunt Beck wrote where she went. Where did you guys go? Ah, she didn't write it. Aunt Beck, where did you and Scott go today on a trip? With all that sorting out of your stuff, you probably went down memory lane. It's always full of surprises when you're deconstructing a home like you guys have been forced to do and then put things back together again. You bump into old things. What to do about those hands? In general, I don't like making hands. It's okay, they need to be there, but I'm not a fan of making fingers and all that jazz. So I think I'll just try and wing it with some long fingers. So this will be like his hands, and then I could have it like a extraordinary dark here, just to point out the shape of his hands. Okay, I want to set this pastel. So I think I will try and just mist it with a mister and then just let it dry up by itself. And just see what we get. It's going to be a little grungy. It's okay with me. It is a grungy reference picture. Okay, let's work on that concrete thing he's sitting at. I don't want it to look like a tomb. So I think I'm gonna mix in more of the blue toned color to get my thoughts away of it being a tomb. So I'm thinking could have some areas here. Man, it's very likable to just smear on top of this texture paste with these soft pastels. I like it. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start with this and then set it with something with a spatula. Wonder if it should be set with should we try clear gesso, because I don't want to lose the color. So if I set it with texture paste that's white, I might lose some of the color. So I'm just gonna be a pig and do this with the spatula. Yeah, I really feel it's nice to do something that's not so detailed, like it frees you up a little bit doing something like this where it's just mostly serendipity where the pigments are landing. But now that clear gesso is wet, maybe I can manipulate more with the pastel. Let me see if I can, for instance, draw in a line work and then curl it around. So I'm drawing in this line work, and then I'm taking the tip of my spatula with circular motions, trying to draw in. Basically just smearing out. Yeah, I like that. It makes it look, I don't know, just like the look of it. Am I clogging on my pastel? Probably, but I think I can take a craft knife and then scratch out the hard area of my pastel stick that gets clogged up by the clear gesso. But most of my art supplies are tools So I'm kind of rough with my tools because I've just learned that you can save bits and pieces of your tools if you messed it out. Not talking about pan pastel. I would never add water to a pan pastel because I think you cannot bring it back to its original um, way. But a pastel stick, got no problems with it. I'm also the one who snatched it into smaller pieces because sometimes it's nice to be able to work with the long side of the stick instead of just the tip of the stick. I think I should have something really dark here to emphasize that it's a shaded area. I'm just going in with the stick. Maybe I need a little bit more dark up here. Okay, there is a shadow from this guy's legs. So I think I want to see if I can get that in. There's sort of a shading right here. And then also a shading here of his legs. Yeah, I really need to have a more defined line works of his legs before this is working completely. But hey, you would also have this from his foot. Maybe this foot here. And then it would probably be completely dark somehow here where he's sitting, right? Yeah. I think I should let this dry and then see what I get. And then I'm just gonna scrape off this dirty just dirt grime on my pastel stick. And for those of you who are coming in now, I am scraping with a metal stencil because I don't want to sit with a craft knife. It would make you guys have a heart attack if you saw how yeah. One of the things about having a cat is also that I myself is very aware about an open craft knife because I have a cat that can jump up on my desk. So I always cap on my craft knife immediately when I'm not using it. And it will just be stressful in this way I'm working here to constantly cap on and off that craft knife. Yeah, the stripes are. You were out of town? We needed a break from the home repairs. Oh, yeah, I could imagine. You went to buy barbecue sandwiches. Nice. And Goodwill thrifting. Yay. And you also went to a warehouse sale called All About Fabrics. Oh my God, that fabric haul you had. Remember you had a fabric haul where you bought yards and yards of fabric for like no money at all. I was drooling. Fabric is so expensive in Denmark for some reason. We can mostly get it in established stores, meaning that the price is high. It's very rare that I see fabric on thrift stores. Maybe it's there, it just gets ripped away so fast. And it's mostly the boring fabric that's in the Red Cross stores. Red Cross would be the place in Denmark I would look for fabric because they are nice to have a section where they respect people who are sewing their own clothes, so they see value in different materials that has been dumped to them. So you sometimes can buy miscellaneous bags of buttons and all sorts of, nice things. But most fabric that I see when I go thrifting is that boring velour, fake velour cloth that people has been using to cover up their tables when they're doing flea markets and stuff. And then they see no value in it when they're done with their flea market. So that's the kind of rolls that I see most frequently. And that is like the most boring fabric because it's impossible to sew in it. It moves so much that it's just so difficult to use in a quilt or whatnot. It can only be used for like tablecloth, isn't it right? Okay, I want this thingy here to cast a shadow, and then I also want in a different color. Maybe we should the temperature of the color. Usually when you do a shading of a person that's standing up, you give it a warm shade out of an ultramarine. So maybe I should try and do the same. Mix in some blue tones for the shading of the guy, so it kind of will stand out a little bit. And here I'm using clear gesso again because I don't want to mix the color with something white that will make it transition into pastel. Okay, this could be sort of his body, and now comes the shading of his round big fat head. So I'm just going to shift to a lighter blue. So first going to mix in a little bit of this green. And then the lighter blue. And then I think I will just work on the lower part of the round shade. So I don't need to have a full shaped shade on the wall, but just a hint of the round head. It looks weird now, but I think when it dries up, the glare of the clear gesso will be more pushed back. But I kind of like that his shade does not have the same color value as the shadow from the box that he's sitting on. Just gonna mix in a little bit of green here. I love the mess. I wish that the camera would pick it up. It probably doesn't. What I got going on is something really abstract, likable, like really a mess here. It's very grungy. I think it's gonna look very beautiful when it dries up. Especially this area here, I think is very interesting. Even though it looks like you let loose a bunch of second graders and then just had fun with the pastel. I don't want to blow this and have that in my hair. So I'm just going to pick it up with a moist baby wipe. Okay, this definitely should, just rest a little bit. Okay, back to this wall over here. I think it's dry enough, almost. Oh my god, look at the bulk. Okay, you can't. Maybe I should just hit this area with a heat gun just to make the bulk sink down. It's very, I don't know. I'm working with this structure paste here. Um, it reminds me of when we were renovating our house and you had to fill in holes in your wall. It's very hard, like it always is fun to see where you can replace expensive art tools down at Home Depot. And I would say that this reminds me so much of that concrete filler that we used when we were filling up our holes in the walls doing the renovation. It's got that very almost like like you can sand something with it. It's very yeah, it could be fun to see if you could replace it with that. Okay, over here, I think I want more pronounced, like on the reference picture, you got like more dark values here. I don't feel that my pastel is providing that dark color. So I'm just gonna try first and see if it goes. Will it be smeared out, for instance? I'm just using a finger. A little bit. There's a lot of texture to grab. I like this blue here. I'm just going for a little random mess over here to make like a colorful edge, because that's what seems to be working on the reference picture. Like that very colorful uh, down here you could have some gray. Oh my god, what a mess. I like it, and then I also think it looks a little bit wild. I'm thinking if I had regrets, I could come in with white. Maybe I need to whiten up this area just a little bit. It's a little bit colorful. I feel like when I'm coming in with the white that I can sort of soften it out so it doesn't look yeah, it's a little bit difficult to describe. Maybe I also need a little bit of softened color here. I know some people don't like the feeling of pastel close to their fingers, but this is different because of the texture paste. It's just like working on a nail file. You don't have that chalky feeling of the pastel stick close to your hands. So I know the sound is like I'm working with pastel sticks, and I am. It sounds like generic chalk, but it doesn't feel like I'm working with chalk. Okay, it's very minute. I don't think the camera picked it up, but it kind of helped soften out the background here. So you can transition from that very gritty look until an almost airy, dusty, softened up area. Maybe I could do it also here. So I'm just scraping off a bunch of dust, if you can imagine, from the pastel stick. And then, like baby powder, it just goes in between the texture paste and soften off the page. Man, that's likable. Okay, that was probably the best tip out of this stream today. Okay, the camera doesn't pick it up, but if I should describe this, what I like is that I don't no longer have the same texture on both pages. I have an area here that's like completely smooth out in like a milky way, and then the further you go to the edge, the more textured it becomes. So I have a transition of something that's gritty right there going upwards, but very soft here and here, and also in this corner up here. Um, yeah, it's hard for the camera to pick it up, but I think it's some sort of beautiful. Like I like the visual in person look of this kind of like there's not the same texture. That's what I'm trying to say on this whole page here. Okay, we need to work on the face of this guy here. What kind of face? Where did the reference picture go? Did I misplace it? Did I lose the reference picture? Just a moment. Oh, there he is. Okay. First, I tried to make him happy, and I didn't like that myself. So now I'm gonna just follow the reference picture. He may need a companion monster sitting on the left page. I think I will use um, the emptiness of the left page to express his loneliness. So I think this should be as it is because it's very expressive, that screaming emptiness to show how isolated and lonely he is. I think sometimes in our artwork we forget the importance of white space. Just we want to fill in and build in so much on the whole page that sometimes we forget that the negative space like this also got an expression. So that's why now I'm super analyzing what's going on in my noodle, and I may regret opening up about my thoughts. My thoughts about this page here is that this edge here expresses how worn down he is. Like Tolkien described when a hobbit said, I feel like butter stretched over too much bread. This is what this gives me over here. It illustrates how worn down he is, used up, and then this emptiness that's kind of soft in it. So that's what's going on in my head. Now I totally regret saying that because it's sometimes weird when people are talking like that. Okay, back to this. I think I can place his nose with certainty to be around here. He got his face a little bit slanted on forward. And then, of course, I am making his nose wonky at the get-go. It's okay. Maybe I can fix it. And then his eyes. Okay, now I'm really trying to make a rendition of the... It's like one eye is a little bit higher up than the other. There's like a very little slanted face. Maybe this needs to be lowering down. Okay, and then he's got his eyelids. It's like the biggest pupils ever. Now it's getting really difficult to see even for myself. Oh man, he looks so dope, so sad. Now the nose is kind of in the way. I feel it's like a little bit too much on this side here. Oh my god, look at what happens when you come in with the eraser. Can we use that for something? Let me try and sketch with the eraser up here. I don't know if that helped me. I'm gonna come in with white, so don't be sorry about the eyes looking weird. I think I need a very slim pencil to do the curvature of the mouth. Okay, I'm still having hope for this. We got a lot of tools in our box. We got acrylic markers to come in and fix those eyes. I'm still confident. I kind of like that his nose is so wild. Like just okay, I'm just gonna leave that nose for just a second. I want to come in with that soft, almost like a blush. Yeah, it's so funny that this blush color is the only positive thing going on in this drawing here. Let's see. Hi, Barbara Clark. I love that quote. Never heard it. I feel like butter spread over too much bread. Oh, it's a very famous J.J.R. Tolkien quote. He used it in one of his books, and it just stayed with me because I feel it was so expressional. Like it sort of expressed, um, it just expressed so much, you know? I want the white of his eyes to be blurry. So it's not like, you know, I just want that. Okay, we got some smudge going on there. I wonder if we should we smudge along this? Okay, I may regret this. I'm just gonna try and smudge. Uh, okay, I really need to clean this off before I put it to sleep. I need to let that dry a little bit, but I want to come on top. I found that it was fun with that smudge out nose he's got. That's very like You don't really see what's going on. Okay, I'm a little bit quiet now. He's got his head slanted a little bit, so I'm trying to get that feeling in with the way, the direction of how I want his eyes to be. Okay, and now for that permanent round black line work around the eyes. Ugh. It's fun to do monochromatic drawings, like black and white and stuff, but it's just so once you come in with that black line, it's there. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much room for an error. I more like it when I can change things up if I make a mistake or something. Like already there, I'm starting not to get a round eye. I'm just gonna make my time making that line work. It'd have to be there. Now that eyebrow got a little bit larger than this one, so I need to correct that. I should come in with home and back on my iPad. Oh, thank you, Devon. Hope you had a nice walk. Okay, we need that white, the the white acrylic pen. Am I the only person who fights having a good white pen? Oh, oh, that's cool. You felt like that before, Barbara Croy. I think we all have had that feeling of you're still in the game, you're not throwing in the towel, but man, you're tired. Like still haven't thrown in the towel complete. I like that the we kind of got that grayness in his eyes. I'm just gonna let it rest a little bit. I like the black of that marker. It was like a very saturated black. So I think I wanna, with the risk. Oh, I'm gonna ruin that tip. Oh my god. You know what? I need to coat his body with clear gesso because I'm totally gonna ruin my tip if I go in with the marker on top of all this. Okay, we're gonna take the chance. This might be very stupid, but we are taking a chance. Okay, I want a brush that's not so wet. I think I should do it in linear strokes, trying not to revisit the same area a ton of times. This is the most, this is not good, but we're gonna make it good. How about that? Why am I doing this? Because it suddenly hit me that, man, it's nice to work with the acrylic paint pens on top of an area where you need line work. Okay, don't touch it more. Okay, this will be enough, I hope. I think I need to let that dry. I'm just having a sip of water here. Mm. I wonder if I could blast it with a heat gun and then it would go faster. How do we feel about his blush? Could we go a little bit white? And then we have this color here that's not a black, but it's like a gray pastel. I think it helps me, this gray pastel, to get that somewhat airbrushed, dusty look that this AI image got. That's the thing about AI. Oh, I'm just gonna blow it. Never blow it when you're working with it. That's the thing about AI. They can mix things, like something look airbrushed, something look painted, something look made with a transparent medium, like a watercolor, for instance. They can kind of mix all genres, where it's more difficult for a real person who is creating things to have that shift of genres, of mediums. Okay, the hair. Uh, yeah, this brush nib does not like that texture paste at all. Maybe I shouldn't use that for the hair. Maybe I should just take a colored pencil that's gray. I could have some gray marker strokes up here, I think, without hurting the nibs too much. Just as some sort of an underpainting, I guess. Gee, I really dislike working with hair. Hair in general is not fun for me to work with. And this is like the most easy hair ever because it's barely there. It's very, very sad. Sad hairstyle. It's like there is this very fine gray line instead of hair. So I wonder why isn't there like a dark color here maybe? Okay, okay. I'm struggling a little bit with this hair. I'm thinking that maybe you guys are getting tired of watching me making this drawing, but then I'm also thinking about Mary Atelier's 12-hour long stream. Thank you, Mary, for making long streams because I can feel as a streamer right now that I'm utilizing your energy of making 12 hours stream to think that, okay, I should just take my time. You know, sometimes as a streamer, you feel that you need to wrap it up quickly, round it off, you know. But Mary's 12-hour streamathon was an evidence of sometimes that's just how long it takes to make the cookie crumble, you know? What the hell is wrong with this hair? Okay, maybe I just need white line work. Bring back some of the white. And again, the issue with a white, a likable white. Yeah, let me see. Oh, can we get the ball to move? Okay, I'm gonna slam this on my desk so don't get any shock. Oh, yes, there is still life in this ball here. I think I'm gonna squeeze out a puddle of this white acrylic and then use that as some sort of a dip palette. Yeah, this pen here has is close to be retired. Yeah, nothing is happening there. Okay, what else do I have? I've got a white gel ball. Nope. Ah, how about this one here? I just feel that the nib size is wrong for making hair strands on this one here. I would have appreciated a skinnier line. Yeah, you would think that after all these years, I would have solved my issue with the white pen. No, I still struggle. I'm simply just gonna pick up. I want some white strands go rogue, so I'm trying to paint in the reflections for those. Hmm. Not the best. Let's go back to the black pencil. So I used a gray first for the hair, and now I'm switching to a black, so I get some sort of three colors in for the hair, hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna let that rest just for a second. I don't know if I cleaned this nib before I put the cap on. I just scrolled back. Sounds like your outing was a success. Oh yeah, I think they had a good time and they went thrifting. Okay, I still got some, can you see the glare? Some wet gesso here, so I'm just gonna heat set that before I work on the stripes of the body. I have buckling up all over, all over. That's not likable. So I think it's time to define the shape of his arms and whatnot. And I think I want to do it with should it be a colored pencil or should I go for something more invasive? I had struggle with the coloring pencil. It skips a lot of bumps. Could it be fun with a dip pen and ink and see if that would give something to this drawing here? Um, Maybe it's easier actually to sketch with a dip pen because I really would love to where to test it. Always test it in a place where it doesn't really matter. Maybe it has to be we're doing it on the legs. Okay, guys, if you are working on top of texture paste and you find that your colored pencils and your markers are bumping up and down, you can actually grab a dip pen to get in those tiny line works. And I kind of need that because I got some hands, I got fingers here that needs to be carved out so you can read that it's a hand. So I actually have some tiny fingers going on. Two sets of fingers right here. Oh my god, I did a mistake right there. My mistake is that I made the little finger longer than the middle finger. Like, welcome to Lena and AI art. Oh my god, I did it again. Now I made the this finger longer than the middle finger. I'm gonna try and correct it like they are bent, like they're relaxed bent. So that's why they have that shape. Not the best hand. It's there. Then his outfit got this seam line here on both shoulders. I kind of like that to stress out the way. I think I want to sketch in the bend of the arm. I want it to be right here. It kind of helps getting in this line work, wouldn't you say? Okay, here I want to sketch in that bend of the arm right there. What's helping this guy to be extra given up, too tired, is his bump on his tummy. You know that, like his body posture is sunken together. You have to say what an awesome job this glass dip pen is doing, sketching on top of rough texture paste, gritty as sandpaper. I'm actually a little bit stoked over how effortless it is to get line work in with ink. I may even be able to correct some of the hair with this ink here. I'm not pressing because this nib is made out of glass, so I don't want to ruin my nib. I'm just gliding on top of the texture paste, which also make the ink not want to grab completely. But it's good enough for me. As long as I don't ruin my nib, I'm not interested in that. No, this is just too, yeah. I want to clean off my nib. I first want to see if it still works. Yeah, my nib still works. I did not ruin my nib. I'm just dipping it into water, and then it's cleaned. Maybe that's why he's so sad. He has a long pinky finger. That could be it. On back. That could be it. And every time he drinks tea, he gets teased. How about that? Okay, we got clear gesso on top of this nightmare here, which means that we can go in and refresh some of the white and black areas to make it still look like line work. And I am taking advantage of some of the background being in like a hazy gray, so I can sort of use my acrylic pen to work as a highlighter at the same time, you could say. So yeah, I'm just thinking about just using it in the edges. And where would the highlight would not be on the edge on this arm? It would probably be in some sort of the center here, maybe, and then on the top here. And now let's make his hands white, shall we? Maybe it's not that bad. Okay, here I think the highlight, I should maybe like this, then in the front here. I think I'm gonna ignore his feet a little bit. They got a funky shape. Okay. Oh, don't you hate it when a pen doesn't go click? So you never really know if the cap is fully on because you want to hear that click. My acrylic soft tip marker is now working on top of the clear gesso, and I think it's likable. I think I should give myself some straight lines, but not like completely, you know what I mean, like not draw them from end to end, because I kind of like that rustic, strange look that his suit got at the moment. Yeah, he's fun to draw. This was a fun one. I think on the feet, I don't know. Man, that looks weird. I think it's because his feet are like a little bit pointy, like socks with a tip. This is his knee, so I'm just gonna try and bend the curve of that line work. Okay, now I will try and make this arm here. Something should happen in here. Maybe just dark. Maybe just black right there. Poor guy. I kind of feel sorry for him for some reason. Let's make the end of his sock with a black heel on this one here. Yeah, that's nice. I want to give him a little highlight in his eyes. Just a tiny, maybe here. It could take a little bit more white. Wow, we totally forgot all the white areas in his antennas. I also forgot to line them up with the ink. Once again, it doesn't go click. Click. I have to save myself. Okay, I feel we're close to finished. He's turning out so wonderful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, click. Oh my God. Isn't that reminding you of one of the famous Big Lebowski movie scene where Jesus is telling the bowling couples that they don't start messing around during the bowling tournament, otherwise he will take out his gun and push the trigger until it goes click. And and he makes this awkward turnaround with his body in that spandex suit. Just, it's so epic. It is so epic. Sometimes when I feel I need a Kickstarter in the morning, I turn on a clip like that on YouTube and rewatch it. It only takes 3 or 4 minutes, but it kind of seasons the whole day with something fun to think about. So it's just worth a million. Oops, that was, it just dropped. It wasn't on purpose. Maybe I can use it as a palette now. That's the bad thing about dip pens and uneven surfaces. You can have these accidents where the dip pen is just loading a bunch down on your paper. I need more black in this area right here, I just feel. Okay, I would say that he's sort of done soon. You haven't seen that movie? Oh my god. Devon, you're in for a treat. I wish that it was me who have never seen it before and have to see it. See it together with your hubby or even your sons. They're gonna love it. It's just the best movie. Me and my hubby, we have watched that movie several times. So we are preparing white Russian drinks while we are watching it. I love it. I love everything Big Lebowski. Okay, I think I'm gonna put it comes a point where you need to put aside the reference picture because you don't want to compare yourself too much with that, because it's always difficult for me to do a one-to-one rendition of reference pictures anyway. And I think that time is now when I put aside the reference picture and then I'm just looking at it and I like it. I think it's done. And I think that he looks sad, but not so sad. Like the reference picture is more given up because the curvature of the mouth and also the dragging eyes. So I kind of like that he's looking like he's thinking to the side, but he's not like negatively sad. He's just worn out like crap, like he's worn out, having like double shift. Um, needs to go to bed. He looks pensive. What is pensive? I have to check that word after the stream. I use these pastels. I like them a lot. It's just chalk. Yeah, I would call them chalk pastels. And water soluble, permanent when dry. What can go wrong? What's not to like about a supply like that? They come in a lot of shape and form. I think you can actually buy sticks like this at your local supermarket in the kids' toy department, because I think this would be a toy thing. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to go into an art store to get this. Bookstores, toy department would have pastel chalk sticks like this. Thinking deeply. Oh, yeah. Yes. I would say the same. And I like that he's not looking super sad. It brings me down to make sad art. So I like that there is some sort of a little bit of joy in the darkness in my rendition of this AI art. Once again, thank you so much for the generous Happy Mail giveaway that you gave to me, Devon. It really sparks joy and has completely made me think about, oh, it could be so much fun to sit and make your own AI prompts. Like, I don't know how easy it is, but I feel it's like they're typing in the command and then they get suggested a style, and then you can say, do this in the style of, and then you can write like Tim Holtz Ranger or something, and then you can get something in that style. Love, love, love Lucy in her outfit. What watercolor is this? That one is shimmery. I like it a lot. It's very nice. And of course, love, love the cat. I am a big cat person. And then also the art by Marlene. But I took all these ephemeras down because I want to show this. This is Devon's Dragon Eyes stencil. Safia has also come out with foamies where you can add foamies by a single dragon eye, not this size here, but like smaller. I would say a bit smaller, like maybe this, a little bit smaller than this. Such a versatile stencil. Love it. Love those color choices with the quin gold in the background with some lime green because it is, after all, a reptile eye. So it's very, very nice. Super, super beautiful stencil. A watercolor swatch doodle. I think it was some Daniel Smith. Oh, cool. Hi, Amber. Welcome to my stream. Yeah, I think I'm finished. And I want to thank you all for hanging in there. And now I'm trying to lift up my page, hoping that the camera will pick up the awesome texture that I can see. Let's start in this corner here. We have so much grunge from that texture paste and the spatula streaks that I think it's fun to switch things up and try something different from time to time. And down here, after I heat set it, it almost looks like crackled, like it's gonna crackle on me, but it sticks to the page. It's not gonna fall off. All that grungy thing here. And I like the way that it looks, just not like something I'm usually working with. You know, in this sketchbook here, the next page spread is this smooth acrylic penwork next to this grungy thing here. So that's super likable. That's what we like. I just finished watching your post on Patreon with the girl. Oh, they had this half face here. Yeah, I like it so much. I kind of learned how to smudge that alcohol marker so it looks painterly in a nice way. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I like to try different styles, and the Gigi print from Devon totally inspired me to this um Tim Burton, what's the name of it? Goth kind of style. I really like it a lot. So, but guys, I wish you an excellent weekend, and thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that you took the time to watch. Please leave a thumbs up so it kind of helps my channel on the way out. I tend to lose a subscriber every time I stream live. I I think it's a YouTube thing. So every time I turn on my camera, I lose a subscriber. So I'm thinking maybe the thumbs up would help spreading this channel out, so I'm not cannibalizing myself every time I turn on the camera. So, yep. Yeah, it is so weird. You know what? I can't explain it. But if you look at my numbers, you will see that it's true. I had what was it, 785 subscribers 3 weeks ago, and then I streamed three live streams, and now I'm down to 781. Now it's 781. Around Wednesday or Tuesday, it will be down to 780. I don't know. It chops off one subby every time I turn on the camera. Yeah. Maybe it's a Europe thing because YouTube is, after all, an American product. So maybe people inside the US don't have this issue. But I think, yeah, it could be fun. Let's check it out. Guys, if you are outside US and you have experienced this, please leave a comment to this stream here, because I really would like to investigate if there is a difference in whether you are a US streamer or a non US streamer. Mine goes up and down all the time. Yeah, but mine get like systematically chop, 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 chop. So I kind of figure out that it have to be uh, like a programmed thing. I don't know. Oh my god, look at the camera. Look how awesome this grunge look. Isn't it great? I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.